Hello there, beautiful people. Good afternoon from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Let's have a discussion on a topic that has been spoken many times by the reviewers before. And I think this is an interesting topic, to be honest, because not everybody is in the game for, like, fragrance game for 10, 12 years. Some people are just joining in. So sometimes it's good to speak about normal stuff in life, like from different perspective. Just thought of it suddenly, this morning that I would do this topic. The topic is about body sprays versus fragrances, like EDT, EDP, more concentrated. So we'll talk about like once I saw, I think, Fragrance Bros, he said why he would never wear X. So I actually sort of like brought a tin can, and there's also X. This is called Dark Temptation. I'll just use it as an example. So he said why you should never use body spray or X sort of like fragrances, and we will have a discussion if you should still look at body sprays and what are the difference between body spray and fragrance in general, EDT, more concentrated ones, or should you be upgrading or you just fine with the body spray? Who is it for? And like, do you need fragrances or you should stick to body sprays? That's the basic idea and discussion today. Hopefully you're doing good. So let's start. I'll talk about me first. When I was in school, I remember, like, it was 90s, right? We were in school 80s, 90s, and we are 80s kids. So 80s kids, basically, back in the time, life was much different. Just giving a perspective, our life was very different. There was no mobile phone, one thing. There was no internet at first. Later on, internet came, but it was a very new thing. We actually saw the first PC, like personal computer, the big desktop with the big monitor, the keyboard, and the CPU. And then we used to see, like, the huge sound system. I'm just giving you what things we had around. So our cars were not that advanced. Like, I saw very first time someone bought a first generation Toyota Camry. So at the time, air conditioning was not a phenomena. We lived in normal, like under the fan, and our school time, we used sort of like body spray. Body spray, as in like X, was a very popular choice. Some of the better ones were Summer, or Africa, or some of those other ones, right? And we're very happy about it. We used to carry our tin cans in school. So midday we just respray to smell better because you're very, school kids are very active. We used to play sport in the halftime. So from morning 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. or no, until 2 p.m. I forgot our school hours. You. I actually tell you one secret. I never really liked studying or going to school. I never enjoyed it apart from the sport activities. I was a sports person, right? So I'm gonna go a little bit discussion. Let's talk. Let's just not do strictly about fragrances. So our time was like that. Like, I was a good student. I mean, like, not in a way that I performed really well, but I actually was smart. I really was good at maths and all that. But I never really wanted to study. What I wanted to do is play cricket. I was a cricketer, and even when I went to Malaysia in the college university times, I played cricket. Like, for my team, that was my love. So basically, when you're a sporty person, you need to smell good. You need to use deodorants, or you have to have body sprays. If you don't have, you stink because you sweat a lot. Normal, right? So thing is, like, body spray is very close to us. I'm not gonna just start bashing this like this is nothing we never used. We're always born with a perfume in our mouth, like a EDT or EDP. No, all a student can afford is this. Sometimes we couldn't afford it because back in the days no one gave us money. We only get money like sometimes like during the Eid time or birthday. And even then, people give us gift, not money. So sometimes uncles would bring perfume from overseas, like our father's colleagues or my father. They would give us like a denim, or something like that, like some of the other body sprays, Wild Rain, Gillette. But we never really got that Aqua di Gio, we're not that rich kids. So this was our good time. So if you ask me about memories, body sprays have a lot of memories with us. So we would use like this kind of X, and then we'd be very proud of it. We're very happy about it. So as we moved to college and university, that's when we started getting fragrances like a little bit, like not these, like this is a Thierry Mugler Angelman, but not these. We used to have Lacoste, Hugo Boss, Armani's Code. And then we saw this fragrance a little bit doing better in terms of longevity, like we have better long lasting performance from a EDT compared to body sprays. Body sprays would not last in general more than an hour. So this one has more gas, lot of alcohol in it, and less perfume oil. This is the least perfume oil, in a tin can. Nowadays they make a lot of long lasting body sprays, but still I would say body sprays in general have very like minute amount of perfume oil, so they do not really last that long. First problem is this. But Some of you will say, you get like, how's the size of this? This is 150 ml, okay? Body spray. As a student or some people who love body sprays, they will say, hey man, I can spend $2, $3, $5. I can get like body spray that can serve me a long time. I can go liberal. I can do top head to toe. I will not feel I'm wasting money. So why would I opt for EDT or EDP? Let's say something like Thierry Mugler Angelman. Why would I buy it? This one costs $60, $70, $80, right? So compared to that, my $5 cologne is much better, more practical. Even if I drop it, some people may argue like this. If I drop this tin can, it will not break. But if I drop a glass bottle, they may break. And they're heavy, not portable. Tin cans are portable, right? So a lot of arguments in favor of body sprays. So why would I use like I cannot afford a full-on fragrance, so I should stick to this, right? Yes, definitely good arguments, strong points. If you cannot afford it, then you stick to body sprays because the budget you have allows you that. But nowadays we have some options. The options are, you can spend $5, $10, and you can get a decant or a sample or smaller bottle of a cologne, like say 30 ml. Let's say a fragrance that is 50 ml of CK, Calvin Klein CK1. That will not cost you that much. That will cost you almost the same price as a body spray, a little bit more perhaps, but you get a taste of better performing fragrance, better quality fragrance, more ingredients, and you get to actually enjoy 3 phases of a fragrance: the top note, heart note, and the base note, right? You upgrade. Let me tell you a cheap upgrade, okay? Like cheap upgrade would be going from body sprays to same fragrance with better concentration. Let's say this one, Playboy. I'm just showing as an example. This is called King of the Game, okay? They have New York. Playboy have a lot of fragrance, VIP, Super. So what happens is, let's say you're using this one, King of the Game of Playboy body spray before. Same smell, but it would disappear literally in 40 minutes. What happens with this, you get like 2 hours, sometimes 2 to 3 hours. Let's say 2 hours or 3 hours longevity. That's already double the time of the body spray. And when you buy this, it will cost you like $5 more than the body spray, but you actually get a better smelling fragrance. This one smells so good, guys. When I smell this, I reviewed it. Check out my review recent times. This actually is not super expensive. This one you can have, I think, under $10, $15 or less. $10 you can buy a full-on EDT. I would suggest this one over the body spray. This would be an upgrade. To be honest, if you ask me, you buy a lot of things. As you grow up, you'll get money and you'll work. You'll save up more. Nowadays, kids have so much more money. They have iPhone. So you guys have more access. So you will be spending money. Let's say I'll just give you, like kids a tips. Don't spend on your girlfriend, on your dates, all your money. Save some. Some of the guys are so sweet. I understand that. We did that as well. But, try to impress her and everything. Try to impress her with a nice cologne. If you're in a school, you smell nice, with an EDT. I'm just talking about school kids. They can appreciate you smelling better, making an effort, I'm just saying this one from my experience. Trust me, that actually works. If you smell bad, but if you dress so good, but, you have like branded iPhone, branded phones, branded shoes, but you don't smell good, you don't have any cologne on, I think you perhaps are missing a trick, So total effort, women can tell the difference between, I'm just telling you, not the X1 especially, but people can tell the difference between body spray and a fragrance. There's definite sense of difference. The body sprays will smell like alcohol-y, kind of synthetic and cheap, and sometimes it will be synthetic to a point that it will disturb people's nostrils. When I smell this in a lift, one day I was in a lift, someone used from head to toe 1 whole can of X, I think, and I could not breathe. It's literally like worse than the mosquito spray. They spray everywhere, bug spray. It was worse than that. I almost choked, So if you use a perfume, it leaves a nice little impression. It has a nice scent trail, and people actually kind of like give you compliments at times. They like you. So I would say, in general, after you use something like this Playboy fragrance, you'll crave for a little bit more similar nature, but let's say you like sweet fragrance. You'll crave for more chocolatey, more upgraded. That's where your designer fragrance will come to play. Thierry Mugler Angelman. Just an example, okay? Man, I just sprayed it accidentally. I totally forgot. So what will happen with this? It will last you 3-4 times more than the Playboy fragrance, okay? And when you see them side by side, since you used body sprays, then you use the cheaper EDTs, then you go for a little bit more expensive. Then from this, you go to buy Killian or something. So the whole journey will make a sense to you because you upgraded with your age, okay? You sort of like graduated every year or every 10 years with your age. And then you can really appreciate the quality difference, and you can tell others that I had a history. Like me, I'm telling you history from body sprays, to, let's say, Playboys, then Gillette, and then after that a little bit Hugo Boss, then Thierry Mugler's upper higher end designer. So the whole process, nothing is wrong with any of the processes. If you are happy still using body sprays, more power to you. I'm not going to judge and bash you that you should not use, you will not be socially accepted. But in general, if you really know fragrance game, if you have the love for it, you will actually be willing to spend your money. That's where we spend a lot of money. And for a game, like some people love watches, shoes. So they always look for something they really want. They really do research and they want. Fragrances are like that, right? So at one point it's really great, like body sprays, everything that creates the love for you, makes that craving. You always want to smell good. That's where it starts. But slowly try to upgrade in a way that you will enjoy the game the most. You don't have to impress people that, hey, I have a $100 cologne in my collection, or I have a huge collection. It's not about that. It's just about how you like. If you feel you want to upgrade to something nicer, you want to have something that smells luxurious, you want to go to higher end parties wearing a suit, perhaps body sprays won't do the work or do the trick, right? Hopefully I could make some sense, and hopefully you took something out of this discussion. What do you think of it? Do you still prefer body sprays over fragrances, EDT, EDP, or you want a little bit more sophistication, like body, like I have fragrances like this ones, like I'll review soon, like oils. Back in the days when I was in school, I would not even look at that one. Do you know why? Because oils are kind of like others to me, and kids don't like to use that kind of oils. It's like, I want to spray, I want to be cool, But right now I'm 40, I'm going 41 this year. See, I look at every single fragrance, like different types, others, vetiver oil. You will go places when you have interest, you'll actually, your passion will take you to places, right? Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. And I would like to see some of your comments on regarding this matter. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.